guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Teddy, and for this video, this is my last video for the underground shadow exploration for MeGo 3, and I hope that this video is going to help you increase the amount of cell samples that you are going to collect. But before we continue, just a reminder guys that the refresh button in your stores is applicable for the entire event. And since the 6th refresh is for the entire event, instead of buying items in your store or in your shadow store, save it until you reach a level 5 on the Y Stack, because the Y Stack will give you 10% discount of cell samples in the underground shadow exploration store. This video is going to show you guys of which floors in the underground shadow gives the mist tiles, or rather we all know that the mist tiles gives the most points of cell samples, and the leak poisonous fog tiles does not give a lot. But there's more to that guys. There are two different types of fog tiles as well, which I'm going to talk later on in this video. For you to know if which floors drop the toxic mist, all you gotta do is just check the interface of your shadow exploration. It will give you a hint there guys. So all of this variant thing there, or variant room, drops toxic mist. Or if it's easier for you, all you gotta do is from level 20 onwards, for every 12 floor cycles, the toxic mist drops. So from level 20 onwards, there are 11 of these floors with different names, and after that it will be followed by 2 rooms for variant. It means that these 2 rooms are for toxic mist, and after the 2 toxic mist floors, count again for another 12 floor cycle, and another set of variant or toxic mist will come out. For F2Ps and low spenders, instead of challenging the bosses, stop challenging the bosses, but instead wait for the marches to the bosses, or wait for the toxic mist to use your oxygen. That way you can get better samples instead of just attacking the fog tiles, the tiles that gives less cell samples, or challenging the bosses. We all know that challenging the bosses, the cell samples is dependent on the damage that you dealt. So if you are not sure with your stats, the less stats you have, the less cell samples you get, of course. Another way to determine if the floors are toxic mist, in case you are trying to make a guide for the next underground shadow exploration, all you gotta do is these 2 variant rooms only have 2 different templates. So there's like 4 little bosses and 1 big boss, and 3 and 1 in the middle. And this is pretty identical from room or level 20, 30, 32, 34, and then 44, 45, and so on and so forth. For those who are wondering what is the difference between the fog and the mist, aside from the mist drops more samples, if you are not checking out your reports, it's obvious there that the mist tiles have shorter waves or infected waves, whereas the fog tiles actually have longer infected waves. How are you going to deal with the poisonous fog tiles in case you missed the toxic mist tiles and you have a lot of oxygen to use? There are also 2 different kinds of fog tiles in this event guys. The first one is the one that is max when it comes to the amount of infected that you killed, and this one or this floor or these tiles are really bad. So if I were you guys, or I suggest to just skip these tiles if you are going for more samples. And then the second one is the one that is capped at 15 waves. This one also have the same amount of cell sample drops regardless of tiles that you hit, but then the number of infected that you killed differs from one tile to another. The super bad floors that have this lower amount of cell samples for the fog tiles or fog floors is the disinfection center and then the chem base. So if you are going for the cell samples and you have limited oxygen, you might as well just skip this part guys and go for the other tiles and march on the bosses. So this last trick is shared by Terry in Collab, and I just wanted to say thank you to him for sharing this to the server. is how are you going to do a raid for the buses. So we all know that if we are trying, everyone is waiting for that March thing for the buses to come out, and then everyone are just using the raid there. But there are times that you are not going to hit it. It's because once your March hit it or landed, the infected is already killed. So how are you going to do this? So once all the buses are still doing challenges and reach 5% while being challenged, all you gotta do is go to that interface, never leave there guys, and then start pressing or poking that raid mode button. Once you see that 15% oxygen there, that's the time that you are going to raid it, because at 15, oxygen change from 19 to 15 or 19 to 14 dependent on your tech. That means that you are ready to march on the infected. However, you need to be quick because I think everyone is actually watching the buses move or drop to the march time. So that's it for today guys, and see you in my next videos. Bye.